We thank you for the gift of this show, for the chance to share stories, voices, and passion with the world. Bless our team with focus, unity, and creativity as we step into this episode. May our words honor the hard work of the wrestlers, the history of the sport, and the fans who love it. Give us clarity to speak the truth, joy in the moments we share, and respect for every perspective we discuss. Protect our guests and our listeners. Let this show bring laughter, insight, and inspiration to all who hear it. And may the spirit of wrestling, discipline, resilience, and heart guide us always. Amen.
God made a way. Stay down, came up. God made a way. Stay down, came up. God made a way. Let me tell you about it. You can sit and wait around. You can make it happen. I've been walking in the spirit. Ain't no way around it. Running in the spirit.
So before we talk about like anything else, I gotta give you the same treatment that I give everybody that comes through and hangs out. Gotta ask you the one question that matters the most here. And since we don't do anonymous, thanks for the gifted sub to Samurai Jack. I appreciate you. When did you fall in love with wrestling?
Ah, yes. That fateful day. That one time I turned on the television and saw Hulk Hogan wrestle for the first time. From that moment on, I was hooked. I signed a wrestling fan contract for life. Yes, I did take some time away from it, unfortunately, but I caught up in the end. Yes. The fateful day of watching Hulk Hogan, Mr. Real American, Mr. Brother, back in the day.
Let me tell you
Hulkamania
something, brother.
Yeah, watching him back in the day, and I was hooked from that point on.
Okay, so you were the Hulkamaniac that he was.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I grew up on Hogan. Grew up with Hogan. Yep.
Absolutely. So there's some things before we talk about the week that was. There are some things that happened kind of outside of the ring, as it were, some outside of the ring news that I want to kind of cover. Drew McIntyre missing SmackDown and blacking out his Twitter.
Yeah. There's rumors he's going to AEW because his contract's running out. And there's rumors that he may be leaving, which explains the reason why he hasn't been the Intercontinental Champion, or he didn't win the Intercontinental title or have an opportunity to win the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. Which explains the kind of run that he's been having, because is this the end for Mr. McIntyre in WWE? Is he tempted to go to AEW? If I'm honest with you, I think he should go to AEW.
Why? That's an interesting take. Why? With the current state of AEW right now, why do you feel that?
I think he's fit in. I think he's fit in, but it's with the current state of WWE at the moment as well, because all this think about Vince being back, or supposedly being back, even all these people have come out, even though Nick Khan came out and said he's not head of creative anymore. It's still Triple H and that, but Triple H is going to talk to him, which is fair enough, you know. Triple H being head of creative, who do you go to for advice? Vince McMahon, you know.
Right.
You know, common sense 101.
True.
But it all depends where he wants to go at the end of the day. I think he should go to WWE and to AEW, sorry. I think he should go. Because I don't know where it fits in. I mean, the guy wants to be WWE champion. He wants to be a world champion, but he wants to win it in front of a crowd.
Right.
Because he won the Royal Rumble, and then his moment in the sun, if you will, at WrestleMania was ruined due to COVID.
Right.
And then he beat Brock Lesnar in front of nobody, pretty much, at the Performance Center. And They said they were going to give him that opportunity, and they never did. They should have done it at frigging Clash of the Castle last year, but it is what it is. So, and with AEW just announcing that they're going to be doing Wembley Stadium, for crying out loud, in August, over in the UK, I think it's perfect for him to go. I think it's perfect for him to go because I think his contract will run out, and then by the time, unless he has a clause in his contract where he says he can't wrestle for 90 days, but if he has that contract, I think that contract will run out. I think that clause will run out in time for Clash of the Castle for the AEW show. So I don't know. I think he'd be a fit in there. But at the end of the day, it's up to him what he wants to do.
Right. I mean, yeah,
at least
it's
he won't
always
get
going to be
fired for it this time.
it's always going to be up to the talent, right? But my only concern is they put him in a feud. They do the whole, hey, it's Drew or whatever he's going to call himself over there.
I would go for Drew Galloway.
They put the title on him, and then my problem with AEW is their follow-up has been trash. Like, you get that big pop, your favorite guy's over there, and then nothing. Like, like their fault. They have a very
bland and boring
problem.
is what you're trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Bland and boring. Yeah, it hasn't always been like that, but there has been occasions where it's felt like that, bland and boring. As
Don't get me wrong, the matches are really nice. The matches themselves are great.
See, that's the thing, though. The difference with AEW and WWE, WWE still PG.
True.
Which is pissing me off. It really is. Some of the corny shit that could take place on there. And it's PG. No blood policy is the biggest corny thing in the world. Which, to be honest with you, the no blood policy kind of ruined the match with Finn Balor and Edge at WrestleMania, to be honest with you. When Balor got busted open and they stopped the match to check his bleed and everything, which it ruined the match.
So then, here's something that you might find interesting then. Nick Khan wants to have in Raw's third hour, he wants to bring back more violence and blood for the third hour of Raw. Personally,
for 1 hour?
Yeah.
For 1 hour?
That's not gonna fix the product, but I mean,
seriously? For 1 hour? Are you fucking mad?
For 1 hour,
just do the whole 3?
For 1 hour, he wants to bring back for the third hour, the closing hour, he wants to bring back blood. So what I'm guessing
again
is, you know how AEW has those like for like almost a month straight or maybe 2 months straight, it always ended in this big ass chaotic brawl every time it went off the air. And I feel like we're gonna see a lot of that with AEW. I mean, with WWE, if this happens.
More than likely, it'd be interesting to see how Triple H will handle it. But yeah. Oh yeah, the first 2 hours. Let's do the first 2 hours as PG, family oriented, and then do the last hour for just go ham.
Well, I wonder if they'll do like they were doing in the WWF era. You had Raw's War, right?
Oh yeah.
Right after Raw's War, you had like this
War.
Right.
Yeah, it went to War Zone. And they had like it was basically 2 shows into one.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember it because they had the Rose War Fest for the first hour. I think that's it. That's it. Yeah, they were doing 2-hour shows back then, which they
Mhm.
still should do to this day.
Absolutely.
You know,
I agree.
2-hour shows there. Maybe trim the. I tell you what, here's another idea, Nick Khan. How about instead of doing the 1 hour, third hour for that, how about you trim the third hour and make the second hour extreme, as you put it, and the first hour PG. There you go. That's another idea for you. But anyway, Roy's War Fest hour and then the Warzone second hour. So yeah, I would like to see that. So there you go. Trim the third hour, dude, and then go back to having 2 hours, and then maybe you could use the 1 hour for the extreme,
Right.
as you put it.
Give us back the hardcore titles. I mean, hey, anything's possible if we're just throwing ideas out there, you know.
Well, they did give us the hardcore title at one point, but it was the PG version, wasn't it? That stupid 24/7.
That was not
title.
the hardcore title. That was a joke.
Yeah,
Was...
no, it was the 24/7 title was a PG version. It was the PG version of the hardcore title. That's what it was. That's what back in the day, if they were doing PG in the Attitude Era, that's what would have been. That's what would have been.
True.
The hardcore title was around because they were doing the Attitude Era. They were going ham. They were doing all that, which is what they should be doing to this day, but they're not. That's what they were doing back in the day.
Right.
If the PG was back in the day as well, it's instead of the Attitude Era, that's what the hardcore title would have been. It would have been exactly what it was. It would have been exactly the 24/7 title, 100%. The 24/7 title was a PG version of the hardcore title.
That's
period.
True. That's
period.
True. That's true.
Change my mind.
I don't think nobody's gonna argue that point, boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
we all thought it was going to be the hardcore title, and then they pulled that piece of shit out, and it's like, oh my fucking god. And then that one time when Medusa got the belt, and she was about that close to doing what she did to the women's title with it, and then DiBiase came out and bought the belt off her. I wanted to strangle DiBiase after that. I was like, dude, just let her drop her in the fucking trash.
Right.
Drop her in the trash, because that's where it belongs, in the trash. And then Nikki Ash put it in the trash. Nikki Cross put it in the trash, but she missed the bin. So
you had one job.
She had one job, and she couldn't get that.
You had one job.
Where's Medusa? Get Medusa in here. Golly. And for those of you that don't know, watch WCW Nitro when she threw the belt in the trash. The women's title, which she eventually brought back and handed it over to what they call it, when she eventually brought it back and handed it over to the WWE at the what they call it at the Hall of Fame. But anyway,
speaking of the women, there are talks internally about breaking up Damage Control finally,
which is a stupid move.
I don't know.
It is a stupid move.
Why?
Depending on what they want to do. But this is Bayley's. This was Bayley's group that she pitched when Triple H took charge. This was with Bayley's group because she pitched this when Vince was in charge, and Vince didn't want anything to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Triple H got the ball, and then Triple H just thought, "Fuck it, we'll run with it. Let's see." And then I think there was ideas of who to bring into it, and then she brought. Who was the? I know she brought Dakota Kai back.
Oh, and
Io Sky.
Why did they slap a Sky into that child's name? I won't know.
And then she brought them two in as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's worked. But I think it all depends what they want to do. Because all three of them are talented. I mean, we all know Bayley's talent, for crying out loud.
I'd have to pick your brain and find out what's your definition of the word worked. What was it? What was this supposed to actually do? Because it took a while before it before it.
I mean, they won the tag title. I mean, all right, even though the tag team titles are in a way not irrelevant, and even Corey Graves, bless his heart, said this, they'd never gone
Yeah,
off the ground.
right,
But they won the tag team titles, so obviously they did something right in that respect. If they were getting the tag team title run, but what was missing out of that was they had the tag team titles. Bailey should have won the women's title, and then they could have went with it on that. But they never gave the belt. They never put the belt on Bailey. Did that? And like your man said in there, Sam. And like your mods said in there, Sam. What would happen next if they'd split the Damage Control up?
right,
Where would that go? Would
right.
would Dakota and Io still be a tag team? Where would Bailey go? I mean, there's clearly I mean, even there has been seeds planted that they're going to split. When Bailey had that meeting with Adam Pearce, Dakota and the tag partner wanted the tag team title shot, and she comes out, "Oh yeah, we're going to get the women's title shot." You know, and
Right.
Dakota was like, "Well, what happened to us? You know, what about us?" So obviously the seed's there, but it's like your mod said in the chat there, where would it go? You know, what would they do? What would they do if they split them up?
That's true.
You know, there has to be a reason behind it. If there's not a reason behind it, then from an heck.
Yeah, I mean,
know?
I agree with that. It's just I don't know, it still feels like it's missing something from me.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. There's clearly something missing there, and I don't even think WWE knows what it is. What knows what's missing? To be honest with you, I mean, we're sitting here saying that there's something missing there. No, WWE don't even know.
Right.
That's why they split. That's why they're thinking of splitting up, because clearly there's something not right there. Something missing in the group. It's like you say. What is it?
That's
Do
what's
they need a
bugging me.
fourth? Yeah. Do they need a fourth member? Do they need more members in the group? You know, all right, they've done well with 3. Maybe they need to add a 4th.
To do what though?
Take over the brand, whatever brand they end up on, whether it's SmackDown, Raw, whatever. That's what they should do. This is what I was saying back in the day. This is what I was saying back in the day when they had the 4 horsewomen: Bailey, Becky, Charlotte, and Sasha.
Mhm.
They had the 4 horsewomen. They took over NXT and changed the landscape of NXT. Why didn't WWE bring them to Raw or SmackDown and have them as a heel group, or maybe a babyface group, depending? But I would say a heel group first, like Evolution. Going back to Evolution, Evolution ran Raw
Right.
with Triple H, Batista, Ric Flair, and Orton. They took over Raw. So
Mhm.
why can't Bailey do that? Why can't Bailey's Damage Control do that, or do something like that? Have
Do
the group,
you
have the
think
group, or if they have to, have the group on SmackDown and take over the women's division. Have them control the women's division like an Evolution. You know, Bailey becomes champion. You know, Dakota and Io become tag team champions,
right.
and whoever, if they get another member, whoever member they get becomes a champion too, if they have another belt for her or anything like that. Or maybe just have an enforcer role or something. Or maybe that person could be a champion with either Dakota or Io. I don't know. You know, have them take over the women's division, or what is the women's division. Or better yet, have they go to, you know, Bailey become Raw Women's Champion, Dakota and Io become tag team champions, and whoever the 4th person, if they ever get a 4th person, or if whoever would get a 4th person,
Mhm.
get the 4th person to go to SmackDown and get the SmackDown title. You know, do it that way. Something like that. I don't know.
Do
I think
you
there's
think
talks
that
about having the
Damage
mid-card
Control
title.
suffers from the fact that the women's tag division is so lacking?
I would say so, yes.
Like,
I mean, Corey Grace said it himself.
well,
That
yeah,
division never got off.
the tag division, right? But it's
Never got off the
because
ground.
they're putting together people who have no in-ring chemistry. Like, they're just this is just how it feels.
Yeah.
They're basically saying you and you, since you guys aren't doing anything, you guys are a team now.
You clearly seen it at WrestleMania. WrestleMania was an example of it.
Mm-hmm.
You clearly saw at this year's WrestleMania who has the better tag team division in WWE, and it's clearly the men.
Right.
Clearly the men.
Mm-hmm.
You clearly saw that at WrestleMania. Night one with that men's tag team match they had, the four-way tag team match they had, which was incredible, by the way. You clearly saw it with that, but then you saw the women's one, and it was just blah.
Right.
It was just bland and boring. The only real team in that, well, there was two real teams in that match, right? There was
Mm-hmm.
two real teams in that match, and that was Liv Morgan and Raquel Gonzalez, and Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. The other two were just like thrown together just to make into the to make the four-way in there.
Right.
I mean, where did was it? Shotty Black. What was the girl's name again? Shotty Blackheart. Is that the name? The
Shotzi.
one who teamed up. Yeah. When did her? Who came up with the idea to put her with Natalia? Where the hell did that come from?
I told you. They walked in there and they were like, you know what? You and you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
I'd love to be
that's
the fly on the wall when Natalia had that meeting. Oh yeah, we're gonna put you with Shotzi Blackheart today.
at this point in Latalia's career, she
should be women's champion.
they're never gonna
Forget
give
the
her the
tag
belt.
belt.
They're never gonna give her that belt.
No, look, the last belt she had was the Divas title. The less said about that, the better.
Yeah, they're never gonna give her a serious push.
She deserves it though. Truly deserves it though. But like you said, then it's never going to happen.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't even know how you fix it because like you need people that have in-ring chemistry. You need
Yeah.
tag teams. You need female versions of like not female versions, but people that have the same type of chemistry like your New Days, your Usos.
Yeah. You can't fix what's not there.
Right.
You can't fix what's not there. And it's clearly the women's tag team division is clearly not there in WWE. And like I say, a good example of that, go and watch WrestleMania back.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
The men's tag team division, whether it's weak or average or whatever, is clearly stronger than the women's. Bottom line. And like I say, hopefully they have a tag team division because they're not about splitting the freaking what they call it up, man. What they call the Street Profits. And that's an established tag. That might be a mistake. I understand because Montez Ford is just single. They want to make Montez Ford a single star, and it's understandable because he's so fucking talented. It's not even funny. But they need to be. But they need to be. They need to tread ground on that. They need to tread on water carefully on that.
I don't feel like you need to sacrifice Ford to give Montez a singles push. Like there have been tag teams that had one member do a singles push without breaking up that tag team. Because you know how hot and cold WWE is. They push Montez and then they break them up and they for some reason wake up the next day and say, you know what, I don't like this. Well, you done irreparable damage to the tag team. So you know, and then the Street Profits are a draw.
Oh, yeah, tag team wise, yeah.
And forward while not getting the shine I think that he really deserves. That match he had against that in that big tag team match that happened not this past week, but the week before that, when he basically just ran over Braun.
Oh, WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, that was WrestleMania. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
When he just ran over Braun, like, bro, like,
yeah. For those of you that didn't see WrestleMania, Braun went round the ringside doing his choo-choo train thing, the shoulder tackle. He like a Braun Strowman choo-choo train. And I think, was it Eric from the Viking Raiders?
Yeah.
Formerly known as War Machine, for those of you in the Indies. Right?
Right.
I think Braun saw him and Eric was there, but next minute, freaking, what's his name? Angelo Dawkins just comes out and just claps Braun, flattens Braun. Literally flattens Braun like he was on the NFL field.
Right.
That was fucking hilarious.
Hilarious.
And then next minute, and then after that, freaking Ricochet did this mad shooting star press, which, to be honest with you, he actually landed on his feet doing it.
Well, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. Dawkins caught it because he would have, if Dawkins wouldn't have been there to catch him, he'd have hit that announcer's desk. It would have been over.
It still was insane.
No, not taking anything from it.
Yeah,
at all.
Still was insane.
It still was insane. Personally, even if I could do something like that, I wouldn't. But
I mean, just goes to show how underrated Ricochet is, in my view, in WWE.
Oh, absolutely. They don't know what to do with him. They got him teamed up with Braun Strowman. They look like freaking David and Goliath. Like,
I hate that. Nothing. I think that could work because Braun have a reason to have a tag team partner, I suppose. Because who would fit with Braun? And I think they'd match up well, him and Braun, Ricochet and Braun. But like I say, it's what to do with them, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean it's a working version of something they've tried before.
Yeah. Yep. But the bottom line is, at the end of the day, going back to the women's division, the tag team titles are the women's tag team titles.
Right. Yeah, there's nothing that entire section needs an overhaul.
Yeah, maybe that's the reason why they're going to split up Damage Control. Because there's no reason to have them if the tag team division's in the shits.
Well, that's true.
Like I say, clear as day, go back and watch WrestleMania. I'll keep on saying it because it's fact. You know, go back and watch WrestleMania and you see how flat the women's tag team division is.
Right.
And plus, they're going to push Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler to be the champions, aren't they? So they'll be getting the belts soon. This goes to show the direction it's gone. And I've taken nothing away from Shayna and Ronda because them two have been friends heck since they were in MMA together, for crying out loud.
Right.
So you know they're going to get some chemistry going in as far as that. But who are you going to build up to compete with them?
Then see, therein lies the problem.
Yeah, you've got nothing. That's to say, you've got nobody.
Because
show me and you an established tag team in the women's division. I'll wait.
There isn't one outside. There isn't one.
Yeah,
you could
not including Raquel and Liv Morgan with that, by the way.
Who started out, mind you,
as
enemies.
Developed.
They were running a program against each other.
Yeah,
and then we went to sleep, and then the next time we saw them. But you could run a program between Ronda and Baszler against Damage Control, but then it's like, what do you do after that?
Right.
Like, you get this really good steam going, and you have this really good, you get these really good matches, this really good story going, but then you don't have anything after that. There's no follow-up.
Right.
But man, let's talk about SmackDown. We started with Sammy and KO. And my question is, when this is all said and done, just like they have always done in the past, who's gonna turn? Who do you think is gonna be the one to stab the other?
What? I was Sammy and Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
You think they're gonna ride? You think they're gonna just ride the wave this time?
Oh, they're going to ride the wave this time. They're the tag team champions. They
Well,
stopped the Usos. They stopped the Usos, the unstoppable tag team known as the Usos. They put them to bed. You know, and probably the only thing, probably the one right call WWE got at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You know, they stopped that. I mean, they have no reason to turn on each other.
Right.
They have no reason. They've been there, done that. Now they're the tag team champions. They're on top of the world. They're on top of the world. All right, they're not world champions or whatever, but they are the tag team champions. They are the undisputed tag team champions. And I think they're going to ride the wave. It's just like I say, unlike the women's division, it's just who to find, you know, who to find the tag team that could compete with them. And
Right.
give them that. Because it's clear as day from what happened on SmackDown and everything, it's still going to be the Usos. There's going to be another match with them and the Usos
Mm-hmm.
at some point. Clear as day.
Right.
You can see it coming a mile away.
Absolutely.
But it's after that, I suppose. What direction would they go after that, I suppose? But like I said, there's no reason for them to backstab one another. They've come this far. Don't ruin it now, WWE, for Pete's sake.
So we know that there's some sort of bloodline implosion. We hear
Oh yes.
We hear
Main event
Heyman,
Jay.
we hear Heyman talking about it. We know
Basically the mouthpiece for Roman. Yeah.
true, because Roman is the difference I feel between Roman being part-time and like Brock or Cena when they were doing Cena.
Yeah.
The difference between them and Roman, I feel, is when Roman gets back for however long he's gone,
Yeah.
they're able to build something that people care about. And it doesn't feel like
Right.
we don't have the same feeling. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
with Brock, it was like, well, geez, like he's gone for like months at a time with this belt, and we felt like it was hindering the show. But we can actually get a good show with Roman not being there.
Main event Jay. You know it's coming back.
Yeah, because he's getting more and more vocal.
He's getting more vocal.
He's getting more and more vocal, more and more. I think last Monday was the first time we heard Solo speak since being on the main roster.
I'm not even going to discuss what I've heard about Solo or the angle that they're thinking of going with him. I don't even know if I want to discuss it, to be honest with you.
Well, personally, I mean,
let's just say it involves the Judgment Day. That's all I'm saying.
Oh God, I haven't heard anything yet.
I have.
I haven't heard anything yet.
Would you like me to tell you guys? Would your chat like to know? Would you all like to
let's
know?
do it. Let's do it.
What
Have you heard? What have you heard?
Yeah. Your mod got it in the chat. Apparently, there's going to be a love relationship angle with Solo and Rhea Ripley.
Are you serious? Hi,
basically,
I took your girl. That's what we're going with.
So basically, yeah. Potential feud with Dominic and Solo. Punk, I took your girl. Do one.
Solo's gonna destroy that kid. You're talking about somebody
anybody.
you're talking about somebody
no
that
one's
was
destroyed them yet.
you're talking
I mean,
about
don't get me
somebody
wrong. Dominic's done well. I'm not criticizing him or anything, but Dominic has done very well for what he's done and everything with Judgment Day and that. He steps in the ring with Solo. He's getting his ass handed to him.
You're talking about somebody that was undefeated when they first got called up.
Yeah,
The only person to put him away successfully was Cody Rhodes. And even that, I felt like there was a different,
waste of time.
Better way to do that. But like, don't forget, in NXT, this man was calling Gunther a bitch to his face. Like, Dom has not been built for that. Dom has not been built for that. Whoever pitched that hates Dom.
Yeah, whoever pitched that hates Dom. Yeah. Pitching that Solo and I guess it'll be a Solo and Dominic feud, considering he's taken his girl and everything. But pitching that though and putting that idea out is like putting Dominic with Gunther. That's like an idea. Oh, let's put Dominic with Gunther and have him chop the shit out of him.
Right.
And Gunther will do that. Gunther, if Dominic ever stepped in the ring with Gunther, he would walk out with about 10 handprints on his chest.
Dominic would quit wrestling.
Yeah, he would quit the planet.
He would quit wrestling. Like,
he would quit wrestling, the planet, and everything else in between. He'd be like, fuck this, I'm off.
Gunther hit so hard that both Sheamus and Drew McIntyre.
I've been watching Gunther since before WWE when he was Walter.
Right.
And I knew when they got him in WWE, I mean, he's a lot better now than he's ever been in WWE now. I mean, that weight loss, fuck me, has done him the world of good. But he's still got, I mean, you can take the weight away from him. You can't take the chop power away from him. That's the thing.
Right.
Right.
That boy got...
Like I said, to your chat and everybody else, go and look up Gunther, Walter, whatever the heck they call him on YouTube. Look it up. Not just the WWE stuff, outside WWE as well. And watch him chop. He's chopped some of the best.
Right.
He's chopped some of the best wrestlers in the world. Even Zack Sabre Jr., Will Ospreay, to name a few there. To name some people there. He has chopped the best. And he's put marks on them guys like they've never had marks on their backs before.
I know that in that match between him, Sheamus, and Drew, they all came out looking like they was ran through a cheese grater.
That was the best match on WrestleMania. That was the best match on WrestleMania, or at least on night 2 anyway. All right, there's a case for Rhea and Charlotte as well.
I feel so. What hurt that match wasn't the match itself; it was placement.
Yeah.
Like
what? Yeah,
like what they did around that match. Like, why is it that every time we had a women's match that meant something, you gave us bullshit segments around it?
Yeah,
like there was no need for that. Like, why? You could have put that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of like the Finn Balor Edge match. Not necessarily with the segments around it, but the thing that ruined that match was stopping the blood thing.
That and the fact that I don't feel like that. I don't feel like you needed the demon for that. Like, why treat the demon like it means nothing? Because now you've devalued what that means.
Well, that was supposed to be the Brood version of Edge, wasn't it? Really, let's be honest. The Brood version of Edge.
Let's talk about that for a second. Or as some say, let's unpack that. Because when the Brood version of Edge was around, how dominant was it really?
I don't think it wasn't dominant back then because he had Gangrel and Christian.
Right. So why are
Gangrel.
you trying to make something now that wasn't even a thing when it was a thing? Like, why are you taking old ass Edge, you letting him use Brood Edge, which wasn't dominant back when he was in his prime, and letting him shit on on the demon? Like, why are we doing this? What's
Well, you knew Edge was going to win that match anyway, didn't you?
right?
Let's be
True,
honest.
but it did. My point is not the fact that he won. My point is, why did it have to be the demon? Because
WrestleMania.
that because that
WrestleMania.
because that devalues what the demon is.
I think the demon was already the demon Finn Balor was already devalued anyway. Well before that, didn't he come back and wrestle Roman at one point at Extreme Rules? They made him.
Uh,
They made that look weak at Extreme Rules.
Oh, they
When
did do that, didn't they?
yeah, they wrestled. He looked absolutely weak at the Extreme Rules.
Yeah, that they did
So,
do that.
so I think it, to be in all honesty, I think the demon was devalued at well before that. Well before they did that with Edge at least. But the whole thing was a waste of time. I agree. It was a waste of time.
So they're pushing the Sammy KO and Matt Riddle against
Yeah.
the bloodline, and
AKA what to do when Roman's not around.
right, because we know Roman's not going to Puerto Rico.
Nope.
He won't be there. He's taking some time off, which I think we knew he was going to be taking
We
some
kind
time
of
off
knew that was
after
going to
Mania anyway.
I was hoping he would take the time off without the belts, but anyway.
Well, so here's my thought on that too. Like, you spent so much time building this story. It would have been too much too fast to strip everything away in one event. Like, to have the Usos drop the tag titles, which they've held for a record number of time, and then to have Roman drop the belts in the same event would have been too much. Like, why did we spend so much time building this story to conclude it immediately, to crumble the house all at once?
You know, I started to see what they're doing now with this whole Roman thing and the Cody thing anyway. Because if you think about it,
Mhm.
what happened to Cody when he lost the match at WrestleMania? He came out on Raw, challenges for a rematch,
Mhm.
gets into a tag match with Roman and Solo,
Mhm.
and then what the hell happened? Brock comes out and
Right.
becomes his tag team partner and turns on him.
Mhm.
Cody Brock at Backlash. Where have I seen that before? Oh, I can tell you where I saw that before. Didn't that happen to John Cena when he lost to The Rock at WrestleMania that one time?
True.
What happened after that? Rock versus John Cena at the once in a lifetime. Yeah, right, though. Once in a lifetime, my ass. Because we all knew that John Cena was going to get a rematch anyway. Once in a lifetime, whatever. Twice in a lifetime, it should have been. But what happened after that? Rock beats Cena in Miami.
Mhm.
John Cena comes out on Raw, asks for a rematch. with The Rock, wants a rematch with The Rock, calls out The Rock. What happened? Brock returned. Shook his hand in the ring. Next minute, F5.
Yeah.
So basically now they've gone from doing this whole finish the story to basically turning Cody Rhodes into John Cena 2.0.
Well, I think the Cody Rhodes thing is a little different. And here's why. Prior to the Brock match, right? Prior to the Brock match, Cody Rhodes has only fought a total of 3 matches since he's been back.
Yeah.
You know what I
Probably
mean?
would have been more if he didn't have that injury that he had in Hell in a Cell.
Right, true. But facts are facts. The injury happened to put the title on him after just 3 matches of being back. I wouldn't have done it.
But where would you put the title on him then if they're going to do this? If it was you,
I'd put it on him in SummerSlam.
Well, it's the next logical step. If you ain't going to put the belt on him at WrestleMania, where else do you put it? The WrestleMania of the summer, SummerSlam.
I'd put it on him in SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I read that Roman's next title match is supposed to be a Saudi match. And
Saudi. Where
a
would
Saudi
they have
match.
that?
And they are eyeing Sami Zayn for it. Night of Champions.
Well, they're having Night of Champions in Saudi. Surely that would be before SummerSlam then.
Yeah, but they're not going to give the title to Sami Zayn either.
No. They could have done that at Elimination Chamber, but they didn't. So if they ain't going to do it at Elimination Chamber, they ain't going to do it, period.
Well, The Office feels like Sami Zayn isn't ready for that. The Office actually felt prior to WrestleMania that Sami Zayn wasn't WrestleMania main event material.
Night of Champions, May 27th. I was going to say, what the cards, Backlash is May 6th. So, yeah, I can see that. Okay.
Now, to go back to Finn Balor. So he had the 13 staples, 15 staples, however many staples it was.
Yeah, thanks to the ladder shot from Edge, and WrestleMania.
So he turned that into a working opportunity. There is now merch that they are selling in honor of the injury. There are 14 staples merchandise that WWE is selling.
Things you do for money. Oh yeah, guy gets split up and gets 14 staples in his head or whatever the fuck it was. And now, oh yeah, we'll just make some merch out of it now.
Right.
Whatever. Right. Stupid. But like I said, the things you do for money.
This is true. This is true.
Things you do for money.
So if you watch SmackDown and Raw, I have 2 complaints. One being, yes, Solo telegraphs his moves, his on defense a lot.
Right.
But that cameraman was missing him over on both SmackDown and Raw. Like
Yeah, I know this stuff.
we saw him visibly block the 619 twice in one match, which was very bad, which was a very bad camera angle. And then the spot in the corner, there was a spot in the corner where he whips into the corner and then tries to do like a splash, and he was supposed to hit his head on the ring post, but the way the cameraman was standing before they didn't cut in time, so you saw
Yeah.
him lean his head over to the right and slap the ring post. Like, I get it, like he needs work in he needs work as far as
That's kind of like
selling
what happened at
defensively,
WrestleMania.
but like
Yeah, that sounds like what happened at WrestleMania. There was a spot at WrestleMania.
mhm.
Sounds like you. I mean, you talk about that and everything. Sounds like that was something at WrestleMania.
Mm.
Remember when Shane did his quad?
Right.
You know, went down his dad's role and did Quadzilla. You know,
Right.
yeah, great comeback, Shane. Yep, I'll just rip your quad up. It's fine. And then Snoop stepped in.
Mhm.
Have you seen the angle bit when the
Yeah, I
cameraman's
did.
telling him to
I
step in?
did. I did.
Yeah, and then Triple H just put the guy over in the press conference. Oh yeah,
Right.
improvising and everything. When you clearly see on the clip the frigging cameraman's telling him to do it.
Right. Oh, man.
Way to make an ass out of Triple H, right?
Right.
Oh yeah, the guy's putting him over in the frigging press conference, and the next minute you see that, and it's like, oh my fucking god. You know, and then Triple H sees that, and you think, "Oh, just kill me now."
So
Kill me now, fuck my life.
so
Fuck
the LA Knight problem.
I love
Just
LA
taking
Knight.
No, well, I call it the LA Knight problem because realistically, how many more matches can LA Knight lose before like they completely diminish?
Well, apparently he's in line to win Money in the Bank, from what I've heard.
That's what I've heard too. Which would be a double turn, which would be a welcome change. But Jesus, what a road to get there! Like, literally, talk shit, get your ass whooped. Talk shit, get your ass whooped. Talk shit, get your ass whooped.
Yeah, but he was doing that in TNA though. Oh, Impact Wrestling, whatever the fuck they call it.
Yeah,
He was doing that,
yeah.
and it worked. I mean, let's just face it right now. Let's just call it as we see it. LA Knight, the WWE LA Knight is basically WWE's version of Eli Drake.
Right.
You know,
Which means
Eli Drake, LA Knight.
Yeah. Which means it's probably something that he probably pitched himself. I just don't. It's just hard for me to get behind.
The dumbest thing they did in WWE with this guy was putting him with the male models.
Yeah, that shit was stupid. Yeah.
Yeah. That was the dumbest thing. God bless Triple H for coming back and saying, "Here, get back to being LA Knight, will you?"
Right.
You're better that way. You deserve to be that way. You're better that way. This Maxim made model bullshit. Get the fuck out of here.
I honestly believe that that's a punishment. I don't know what for.
Of
but
course.
Jesus Christ.
No one can fucking tell me that's not a fucking punishment.
Jesus Christ. I feel like that is a punishment. Like
I think he pissed off Vince.
Had to. There's no
He had to have pissed off Vince. He was like, fuck that shit.
There's no way. Like he was their go. Like Mansoor was their go-to guy for Saudi shows. Like,
Yeah.
he gets a really big pop. They do the thing.
Yeah.
Everybody goes crazy. He was he was collecting almost a full-time check
Yeah.
for like wrestling 2 times a year.
Yeah. Remember the tag team partner of that Max May Models thing? Not Mansoor, the other guy.
uh, what is his
Right.
name?
Yeah. Oh, you know who I'm talking about. I never knew this until someone told me, but I thought he looked familiar, right?
Mhm.
Do you remember when on Raw they had Jerry Lawler and a black wrestler guy at the announce table? There was Jerry Lawler, a guy, and I can't remember who the main announcer was, the Michael Cole, if you will, or playing the role of Michael Cole. And they had this black guy next to the guy, or next to them too, at this time with dreadlocks and everything. Remember when Heyman and Lesnar went over to the Raw announce team? This is when I think Lesnar was feuding with Rey Mysterio, and he confronted Lawler, and he was going to attack Lawler, and one of the announcers stepped up and defended Lawler and took a whooping from him, from Lesnar.
I don't remember that actually.
I do, because it was the guy who was in the male models who was Mansoor's partner. That's the guy who it was. I can't remember his name. Hang on a minute. I'm going to look this up. Okay. Oh, where's that? Right. Hang on.
Max
Because it was back when
Dupree
it was
is
back
what
on
it's called
Raw.
now.
Yeah. It was back on Raw when Lesnar was feuding with Mysterio and beating up Dominic in the process. Bless him. Beats Lesnar beats up because that's what he pretty much does. Beats up Raw. Not Cody Rhodes. That is him. Where is it?
Oh, no. Max Dupree was what LA Knight's name was.
Yeah, Max Dupree was LA Knight. Yeah.
And
I know. I know what you're all thinking, poor bastard, and you're right. Yeah.
Marseille is what he's called.
Yeah, Matt Sable. What was he called when he was a Raw announcer? Because it was him. It was him when he was the Raw announcer. It was him when he was the Raw announcer.
Brennan Williams is his real name.
Threatens Jerry Lawler. There it is.
Dio Madden.
Dio Madden, that's him. Well, that was the guy who was in the male models.
Oh, wow.
The male models guy who was in there.
I guess I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Since he's
don't
been
worry.
a part of,
I was gonna say I can imagine you all forget about that moment because, like I say, but I mean, people are trying to forget about people are trying to forget about the male models gimmick. So I can understand why you all forgot about that moment.
yeah, I didn't even. I don't even like. I don't even pay attention to the maximum male models, to be honest. Like
Nobody did.
it's one of those segments.
The only reason people paid attention to that male models stuff, the Max male models thing, is because of LA Knight or Max Dupree, as he was called. That was the only reason they ever got notoriety because of him. You know, after that, no one give the rat's ass.
True.
No one give the rat's ass.
Like I said, and I'll say it again, it had to be a punishment. Definitely had to be a punishment.
Oh, he pissed off Vince. No one can tell me. No one can tell me and you otherwise. He had to have pissed off Vince. He had to have pissed off Vince.
So
Either that or Vince. Either that or Vince got out the really wrong side of the bed one day.
so how do we feel about Damien and the whole Damien Bad Bunny thing? Like,
I like it. You could see it was gonna. You see it was gonna happen. That
I mean, yeah,
you know.
it's the same kind of thing they did with like Miz and Logan Paul type of situation. Uh, they're best friends, and then they did it right this time though, because they took a while to
Yeah.
tell the story. Like
But
it wasn't like
the thing is though, Bad Bunny was at WrestleMania.
right.
He teamed up with Priest.
Mm-hmm.
He teamed up with Priest.
Mm-hmm.
So you obviously knew there was going to be some sort of an angle between them two at some point. Now that Priest is in the Judgment Day, you obviously knew something like that was going to happen. And I still remember that performance at WrestleMania from Bad Bunny, which proved that he belonged here.
Right.
I mean, I still remember that flame and that Canadian destroyer on John Morrison on the outside, where Miz's jaw dropped. It was like, and
Right.
even the announcers were like, "I've seen it all now, Pete. I'm done." so, but yeah, you knew something like that was going to happen. I won't be surprised if Bad Bunny joins the LWO. I'll be honest.
I feel like that could happen simply because the LWO, the whole Rey Mysterio and things like they are still going back and forth between Ray and Dom.
He'll probably join the LW. Bad Bunny will probably join the LWO Backlash.
Probably, I could see that.
Yeah, Ray will probably give him the shirt at Backlash and say, "Yeah, now you're part of us now." All right.
Yeah, I could see that. I wouldn't be mad at that either.
Mad at it. I mean, like I said, Bad Bunny proved himself.
He's the best. He's the best celebrity wrestler we've ever gotten.
Logan Paul.
Well,
you gotta give it to Logan Paul.
Well, I can't say Logan Paul because Logan Paul has a permanent contract now.
Yeah.
Like he's on the roster at this point, so he's no longer like celebrity guest. He signed a deal.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny is a celebrity guest.
And to be fair though, with Logan Paul, he deserves it.
Yeah.
Anyone, because he proved himself. Yeah, he had his matches with Miz and whatever, but this guy went toe to toe with Roman Reigns in Saudi, and this guy went toe to toe with Rollins at WrestleMania. So, and like I said, I know people would have crapped on that match, the Rollins match with Logan Paul. They said, "Oh, really? You're going to put Rollins into a match like that with him?" But I didn't have any problem with it because this guy went toe to toe with Rollins, with Reigns. If you can go toe to toe with Reigns in Saudi Arabia, if you can go toe to toe with a tribal chief, you could hang with Seth Rollins.
Yeah, yeah.
So I didn't have a problem with that.
And love him or hate him, he works better than some of the people that have been on the roster for a while.
Facts. He's probably better than half the roster.
And Danny made a good point. Bad Bunny could be to the LWO what Robin was to the NWO.
Oh, blimey. That's a big statement. Jesus Christ. Fuck,
Shinsuke Nakamura returned this week and beat the ever-living dog shit out of Madcap. Madcap gets mad after the match and decides, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna attack this motherfucker again, and gets his ass handed to him again.
I'll probably get done by Emma. Okay. Fuck,
That's
poor Shinsuke.
So now
Poor
now we have Shinsuke versus Karrion Cross.
That's do you know what? I say poor Shinsuke. That is a good feud for Mr. Shinsuke right there. That's a good feud for Shinsuke Nakamura right there, if you ask me.
It has to be done right though. Like it
Well, look who's in charge. Triple
yeah.
H.
And they're both Triple H guys. So
Yep.
yeah, it'll be
Both
okay. It'll be
NXT
fine.
champions.
It'll be fine.
Yep. Both NXT champions.
It'll be fine. I just geez, please let it let it be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. They definitely need to push Karrion a little bit more too.
Yeah, that's
You know,
true. So this will, regardless of how it's done, as long as it's done right, it'll be a win-win situation for both.
Yeah, it's a win-win situation for the fans, and it's a win-win situation for both of them.
Mhm.
So, like I said, they're both Triple H guys, and Triple H is in charge. Yeah. So obviously, you'll have something to do with it.
Here's
And
something
like
I
I say,
wasn't expecting.
I think it'll be good for Shinsuke because he needs something.
Right. Here's something I wasn't expecting though. Nakamura, excuse me. Gunther versus Woods.
King of the Ring, by the way. Xavier Woods.
Which they're unsure of what direction they're even going to take with that. Will we have a King of the Ring? Will we not have a King of the Ring? It's all in the air right now.
If Xavier Woods beats Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship, I will literally do a forfeit on my stream or just quit the planet. I love you, Xavier. You are talented, and you probably do deserve an Intercontinental Championship run at some point. But fuck me if you drop if they have Gunther drop the title to you, man.
Don't get me wrong. Do I believe that Xavier Woods deserves the title? Yes. Do I believe that he's ready and that he put in the work? Absolutely. Do I think that it should be Gunther that drops it to him?
No.
Probably not, because of what for what they have planned for Gunther? Probably not.
Yeah,
But yeah, but Danny does raise a point. He did get a pinfall victory over Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. God help us. Pinfall victory over Gunther.
It'll be interesting to see regardless, though, I think. Xavier Woods has always been
one
entertaining.
thing we can guarantee in that match with Woods and Gunther, one thing we can guarantee in that match, Woods is getting the hell chopped out of him.
Right. Which falls into his wheelhouse because Woods can take a beating.
Oh yeah, he's good. He's definitely going to take a beating with them chops. He's definitely going to take a fucking beating with them chops.
Yeah. Even Triple H said it. Gunther hits hard.
Yep. And Woods will find that out. Trust me. If he didn't know, he will soon.
Absolutely.
It's a case of if you know, you know.
Right.
Believe me, right. Woods will know.
In due time.
In due time.
In due time.
That poor bastard's going to wake up the next day with freaking red marks across his chest.
So what are we thinking about? I feel like Ricochet and Braun need a name, but what are we thinking about Ricochet and Braun versus the Viking Raiders?
Fucking poor Viking Raiders. That's an established tag team right there that could be somebody.
Right. They have the look, and it's just I don't know.
It's a
Something
case of
about it
WWE
feels
not knowing what to do with them.
right.
These guys have been tag team champions before. I get it.
Hmm.
But these guys were the War Machine in Ring of Honor, and they were tearing people apart in Ring of Honor. They were tearing Ring of Honor tag teams before, especially on the indie circuit. They were mopping the floor with tag teams.
Hmm.
And obviously WWE saw that, and now look at them.
But WWE has a track record of doing that.
God.
Case in point, Keith Lee.
Oh, God. Crap. No wonder
I
Keith Lee
always
left
go
for
back to Keith Lee
WWE.
because that's the one that hurts the most for me.
Yeah,
Like,
no wonder Keith Lee left for AEW.
but it feels like he's running into sort of the same issue over there where they don't really know what to do with him. Like,
And since when did Keith Lee look like a 60-year-old? What the
yeah,
hell is
I
that
saw that.
hairdo?
It was like because his opponent was old, they tried to age. They tried to let him grow in the gray beard and the
It's like they put a filter on him or something. Oh yeah, Keith, just step in here, man. We'll put a filter on you, like one of them filters like they have on TikToks or Snapchat or whatever the fuck. We'll just stick this whole
Jesus
filter
Christ.
on you and make you like a fucking 70-year-old or something shit with grey hair and a grey beard. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, it's still the same guy. It's still that big powerhouse and everything, but fuck me. What a horrible look.
So now we're on to Raw. And we're just gonna let it ride because we spent a lot of time talking about SmackDown.
There's not really much to talk about, really, when it came to Raw. Let's face it. I mean, we got the match that we knew we were going to get, Cody and Brock.
So we got the match we got that. But Raw started with the Bloodline getting interrupted with the Judgment Day, and then Heyman comes out and announces
The start
a
of the
temporary
potential love
alliance.
angle.
Huh?
The start of the potential love angle. Rhea Ripley and Solo. That's the start of it right there, that little alliance.
Let's just let them do an intergender match and beat the shit out of each other and call it a day. Like I would rather see that than a love angle.
Yeah. I don't know who came up with this angle though. Oh, let's take the 6-man tag team opponents of the Bloodline and let's put him with the Judgment Day. Who came up with that idea? What sense does that make?
I'm telling you,
Nothing.
whoever came up with that hates Dom.
Yeah, poor bastard.
Whoever came up with that hates Dom. I wonder if Ray pitched it. Like,
maybe.
You know what you should do to that little bastard?
Yeah, and Bianca Belair defeats Dakota Kai. Okay, no.
Which, crazy enough, in the 90-minute version of Raw, they skipped that whole entire match.
I'd probably skip it too, to be fair. And like I said, that's not a knock-on thing, but mind you, I would have skipped the friggin' Seth Rollins and Miz match. Fuck, you know.
So, okay. Here's what I don't understand. For that match, why in the hell? Why is Miz blaming Rollins for him catching an L at WrestleMania? Like I don't even understand how that even remotely makes sense. Did I miss something? Like,
yeah, we must have missed that part because
what?
Miz had nothing to do with the Logan. I was going to say Miz had nothing to do with the Logan Paul fight with Rollins,
right? At all.
And it was Snoop Dogg that was fucking with the Miz at WrestleMania when he put him in the Pat McAfee match, and then next day the Shane McMahon match would turn into a Snoop Dogg fight as well. So yeah, I don't understand that. I'll be honest.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah. And then you've got the another match we're gonna probably have, from what I've heard, Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed, which I think is gonna be a train wreck, if I'm honest.
I
And then
was
they're building Trish and Becky for SummerSlam, which is gonna be at SummerSlam, by the way.
well, that's due to an injury, I believe.
No, I think they already had that. I mean, you can't
But
have that match, but
but
you
then
can't have
like
that match at Flash. Come on. Even
but
if they wanted
then
that
if it's due to an injury, like I think it is, right? And good on Becky for cutting a promo by not showing up for work.
Yeah.
um, but like, if you're not gonna be there, how do we get to SummerSlam? Like, can
Thank God
Trish
Triple H is in charge.
say that again?
Thank God Triple H is in charge.
Well, this is true. This is true.
If there's anyone who can take that to SummerSlam, it's him. I don't think Vince will be able to do it.
Well, I think even for Triple H though, it's gonna be a tall order.
Oh, it'll be a tall order, but like I say, if anyone can pull it off, it's Triple H. I mean, he's probably had pretty much the same when he was running NXT.
Yeah,
You know, big match here. How do I get from here to there?
but I gotta say that kick that Trish delivered to Becky,
Yeah,
that was nasty, and Becky sold that shit crazily.
yeah,
Like, it was wild.
yeah. And there's another tag team match that we won't talk about. Michin, who is what's her name? I
Mia
forgot her
Yim.
name.
Mhm.
Mia Yim. Oh yeah, Mia Yim. Michin Mia Yim. Oh, Keith Lee's missus, to you and I, going out with teaming up with Johnny Gargano's missus, Candice LeRae, and losing to Chelsea fucking Green and Sonya Deville. And you can see why the women's division is the shits, ladies and
Mhm.
gentlemen. The women's tag team division is the shits. You've got fucking Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. Sonya Deville, who's fuck knows what she is, and you've got Chelsea Green, who's Mrs. Cardona.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
okay,
It
like I said, another example of why the tag team women's division is the shits, right there. Love to know who came up with that idea to put them two together.
I don't know, because I feel like
I feel like Candice LeRae and Meacham was thrown in at the last minute as well, if I'm being honest.
true, but at least they know each other. Like, they I believe they have a relationship outside of the ring. Um,
Probably. Probably.
but
I mean, last time we saw Meacham, wasn't she a part of the OC?
yeah, she
Did she
was
come in as be the fourth member of the OC
mhm,
in the OC's fight, the OC's war against Judgment Day?
against the Judgment Day, right?
What the fuck happened to the OC? I mean, I think Styles is injured.
Yeah, Styles is injured. There's been an update
Yeah.
on
What the
his
fuck happened with the Good Brothers?
well, I think one of
I know.
them,
I was gonna say I know Carl Anderson still had some stuff to do with
New
New
Japan,
Japan.
yeah, he actually had the belt. But I think they're a package deal. So, like,
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, New Japan fucking missed the boat on that one, didn't they? They took an L on that one, didn't they?
yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have you defend the belt, yeah, but yeah. Hello, we kind of need Carl Anderson on our pay per view in Saudi. Yeah, fucking dumbasses. Should have took the belt. Should have took the belt. I love me some New Japan Pro Wrestling, but the management at New Japan should have took the belt off Carl Anderson before you went to WWE.
I agree with that. I
Fucking
agree with
idiots.
that.
That's like Brett going to WCW with a WWE title. You know, fucking Christ.
So from what I understand, when AJ Styles got injured, they didn't have anything for the OC, which allowed them to go and do other things until AJ Styles returns.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah, this makes sense.
So get this, the update on AJ Styles' injury is that there is no update.
Okay. I heard he was going to be out for a year, though.
Could be.
Oh, that's what I heard. It was about above the 9-month to a year mark. That's what I heard. I could be wrong.
And I think we're getting, while we're on the subject of injuries and stuff, I think we're getting Bobby Lashley and
Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed because Wyatt's not there.
Well, here's the thing. The reason why you were going to get Bronson Reed, wow. The reason why you were going to get Bray Wyatt and Bobby Lashley to begin with is because apparently Brock Lesnar turned a match down with Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania, and that's why you got Brock Lesnar and Omos. Yeah, that's true. Well, that's what I heard, folks. It was meant to be Brock Lesnar and Bray Wyatt, but Brock turned the match down, and they thought, oh, we'll give Bobby Lashley the match instead, and we'll throw Brock with Omos as well. But then again, that fell through with Omos. With the Lashley Lesnar match fell through because apparently the Lashley Wyatt match fell through because apparently Wyatt was unhappy with booking, apparently, or whatever the heck that was. And then what happens? Oh yeah, we'll promote this match with Bobby Lashley and Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania, and then the match falls through because Wyatt spits his dummy out apparently, or does whatever the heck it is he's supposed to have done and everything, or apparently he's unhappy with booking or whatever. And yeah, we'll take Bobby Lashley, we'll take LA Knight, we'll shot him in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal and have Bobby Lashley win the Battle Royal and then have him come out at WrestleMania with the damn trophy and not have him in a match. And I swear to God right now, I will go on record on saying this on your podcast right now, and I'll say this on any other podcast that I'm on. I'll say this even on my podcast as well, the Wrestling Madness podcast as well, which I haven't been able to do at the moment because I've had a lot on it at the moment, and I haven't been in the right frame of mind, but I will be doing it. I'll go on record and saying this right now. They need to cancel the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Period. They need to cancel that match. Stop doing that match. Because that match was meant for WrestleMania. That was a WrestleMania match. That was a match made for the grandest stage of them all. And obviously, they didn't want to put it back on the grandest stage of them all. So now they've started putting it on SmackDown lately. Put it on SmackDown once a year. Okay? Just get rid of the match. Okay? The match is run. Obviously, the match has clearly run its course.
Yeah.
Get
I
rid
agree
of
with
it.
that.
Get rid of it.
I agree with
Okay.
that.
The match was made for WrestleMania. It was a WrestleMania match. Once a year type of match. And now they've just started, fuck it, we'll take it off WrestleMania, we'll just stick it on SmackDown. Now it's gone from a WrestleMania match to a SmackDown match. Get rid of it.
Treat it like they did the 24/7 championship.
Yeah, bid it. Stupid.
So the Cody comes out to shoot a promo to fight Yellowstone Brock Lesnar. And
who came out was The Undertaker. Yeah. Apparently, he
So
got that from Undertaker's locker room, so I've heard. Undertaker's dressing room or something. Fucking hell. Who dressed you? The Undertaker or something, bro? God damn. Unless that was an evil cowboy look or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
But
He looked to me. He
I
looked like he walked right out of a
Undertaker's closet. Okay.
he right out of a right off the set of Yellowstone and right into Raw.
Yeah. Can somebody explain? Am I the only one who hates Adam Pearce as an authority figure?
He just
God,
kind of
that
like
guy's
showed
annoying.
up out of nowhere.
Yeah, God, that guy's annoying. Bloody hell. He's a fucking pain in the ass. The guy shows up from out of nowhere. The guy, oh, godly.
And when he showed up, they were
He's
asking
pretty
about like,
big.
so
Yeah,
what?
he's
What they
pretty
were asking him
big.
like, what
Holy
is your
hell.
title? And he was like, I don't know. Raw doesn't have a general manager, and because they were asking him like point blank, are you the general manager? I don't know. Raw doesn't have a general manager. I don't know.
No,
What the fuck are
Adam
you?
Pearce, yeah, Adam Pearce is not the general manager. He's just a corporate bitch. That's what he is. Let's be honest. He's not a general manager. He's just Vince McMahon's corporate bitch. I mean, remember with the egg incident, the egg storyline back in the day? When Vince got out the car and pulled out this egg that apparently got stolen by Austin Theory or whatever the fuck it was, and then Austin Theory's taking a photo of him in the thing. Remember that? Remember when he got out? Remember when Vince McMahon got out of the limousine and all his corporate stooges were there, including Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville, by the way, and they all started clapping when he pulled out the egg from the
Jesus.
limousine. Get the fuck out. You can see it, Adam Pearce. If that doesn't tell you Adam Pearce is a corporate bitch, nothing does. Fuck me sideways. Like I say, he's the most annoying person. I don't know who's worse, him or Corey Graves. Maybe a combination of both. I don't know. I mean, Corey Graves is the
Because
worst
of
announcer.
because of how I personally feel about him, I'd say Corey Graves.
I mean, Corey Graves is the worst announcer in wrestling. That's been well documented. He got the worst announcer award and some award thing from the Dirty. So, yeah. Maybe Adam Pearce is the worst authority figure in wrestling. Probably is. Oh, fuck
So
my
what you're
life.
saying is the fucking laptop on a podium was a better authority figure than Adam Pearce.
Yeah, laptop, aka Michael Cole. Clear as day. Or what turned into Hornswoggle. Fuck off. Again, Vince McMahon. Somebody obviously pissed off Vince McMahon. Oh, yeah, let's put the Hornswoggle in there. Even though it's clear as day Michael Cole was reading the fucking emails for the past God knows how many months that ran. Fucking Christ. WWE, folks.
So outside of WWE,
But you know it's bad when the computer is better than you as an authority figure.
well, yeah,
That's when you know it's bad.
yeah.
Anyway, continue.
Outside of WWE, Mickey James ends up having to relinquish her title.
Yeah, I saw that.
Uh,
Yeah. The world title was relinquished too in Impact Wrestling.
yeah, that's crazy.
Both title they went into rebellion with no world champion and no women's champion.
Crazy thing is, she was on like this like last ride or last rodeo tour,
Yeah.
and which at the end of it, she was supposed to retire.
Yeah. And it ended like that.
It ended like that, but she's saying that she's not retiring. But the last rodeo is over, she says.
Oh, the last rodeo is over, but she won't go out like that.
Yeah.
She will not go out like that. 100%. She will not go out like that. Hell no. No chance. She will finish what she started. Yeah, the rodeo might be over and everything. The rodeo tour might be over and that, but when she's fit and that, she'll come back and, like I said, she'll finish the tour. Even though it's officially over, she'll finish it. She won't go out like that. Mickey won't go out like that. No chance. No chance.
I never thought she would. Steve
at the moment right now, Steve Macklin and Donna Purrazzo are the new champions in Impact Wrestling. Macklin's the world champion, Purrazzo's the women's champion. That's who the champions are.
Oh, Impact.
At least Impact's freaking gone back to wrestling again.
Well, that's true.
You want to talk about a company that's been on borrowed time? Fucking that company's been on life. That company holds the record of being on life support.
Yeah.
Seriously, I mean, back in the day when they had Broken Matt Hardy and Jeff on there, when they were doing the Broken
Brother
Matt
Jeff
thing.
and Broken Matt Hardy.
Yeah, Brother Nero and Broken Matt. Yeah. They were hanging on by a thread because they didn't know what. But that gimmick made people tune into the Impact product because nobody gave the rat's ass at that particular point in time. That nobody gave a rat's ass about the product. Nobody gave a rat's ass about the Impact product because they all thought the Impact product was going to go belly up.
Right.
But credit to Matt, credit to Matt, and credit to Jeff, or credit to Matt in general for the gimmick and everything, because that's what made people tune in to watch Impact.
Absolutely.
That's what kept the eyes on the product.
Impact.
Yeah, and credit to Impact as well. They even got fucking Nick Aldis.
Which is crazy because last I heard of Nick, he was wrestling for NWA, I believe.
Yeah, and he had a fallout with Kogan. Because apparently him and Kogan had a disagreement because apparently now the NWA has become a joke. And it's true. Go back and watch the product.
Well, I haven't been
look who their world champion
I refuse to pay to watch NWA.
Yeah,
and
look
so
who their world. Oh, you don't have to. You can watch the NWA on YouTube.
Well, it's so when you watch it on YouTube, it's kind of like watching SmackDown and Raw on Peacock. You have to you're waiting a few weeks before that show actually shows up on YouTube now because they want you to pay for the subscription now.
Yeah, well, I just looked on their YouTube channel there, and this week's episode is up now.
Oh, it's up now.
This week's episode.
Oh, that's wild.
I was going to say this week's episode of the NWA now, the NWA Power.
Because that's how it was when I first found out about them coming back.
2 title matches.
It was always on
Will
YouTube.
Tyrus? Yeah, it's 2 title matches. Will Tyrus enter the Coca Cup? Tyrus, the NWA World Champion, by the way. You know, Brodus Clay, anyone in WWE?
Somebody called his mama.
Yeah. Yeah, NWA called his mama and gave him the world title. How about that? You know? Yeah, but they've started putting I think it's because of people still pay for this. You know, people still pay for the subscription and that. But I think, the NWA or the YouTube audience were like, I don't know if I want to pay for this, man. I mean, but the NWA is a joke anyway. It's became a joke. Don't get me started on that fucking wedding that they had with one of their announcers, and Aaron Stevens, by the way, who is Damian Sandow to WWE. They had a wedding with her. They had a wedding. I'll get the girl's name. Hang on a second. Yeah, yes, they literally had a wedding with Aaron Stevens. Hang on, let me get the girl's name. I'll see if I can get the girl's name. She's an interviewer backstage for the show, and they had it, and it basically just went to shit. Basically, as weddings do on wrestling television. Not one wedding on a wrestling show goes perfect anyway.
Right.
But yeah, it was a joke. It was a complete joke, and it just pays to see why Nick Aldis left.
Mhm.
You know, all this time they say because Nick Aldis left because him and Corgan had a disagreement
And it's
'cause they didn't
sad that, like,
because of the
the
direction.
product with the name NWA is a
Yeah.
joke now. Because, like,
It is.
back in the
It wasn't at
day
first when Nick Aldis took charge. It wasn't a joke. It was established, and even I was impressed with what
Mhm.
they were doing. And even Nick Aldis carried them through the pandemic as their
Yeah.
champion for
Yeah.
crying out loud.
They had names
May
like
Valentine, that's the one. May Valentine is the person he was supposed who's Mr. Aaron Stevens, aka Damian Sandow, was supposed to marry. And it just turned into a joke. You could see it. If you go watch the YouTube channel, go and check out the content on the YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure that shows up. Godly. Like I say, when you watch it back and you watch the shows that they've done since all this left, they even, do you know what the biggest thing that pissed me off about the Hulk Hogan situation? They suspended the guy. Okay, they suspended him from the NWA when his contract was running out in what they call it. They suspended him pretty much until his contract ran out because Mick Aldis was very vocal about the NWA, the direction it was gone on social media, and Corgan didn't like that.
Mhm.
Oh my God. And then they basically suspended him until his contract ran out. You might as well just take his contract and just rip it up in his face and
Yeah.
just end it right there. Oh my God, Corgan. What do you got sued by Dixie Carter and that, for Christ's sake? Good Lord.
It's
It was stupid. It was just flat out stupid. Just stupidity at its best. It really was. It was like, fucking Christ. And now, hopefully, Nick now will go and like I say, I'm not surprised he's gone back to Impact. I'm truly not surprised he's gone back to Impact. If I'm honest with you, I'm truly not surprised because he was Magnus. That was the Impact Wrestling TNA, whatever the fuck you want to call it, was
Mhm.
the first promotion that made him world champion.
Right.
But he was Magnus.
Yeah, I remember.
You know, yeah, that was so I could understand. Plus, his missus is an Impact Wrestling, isn't it? So I could understand, even though there's talks about him going to WWE, I could understand why he's gone to Impact Wrestling. You know,
Yeah, I think that was a good move for him.
great move,
It was a
great move.
It was definitely a good move for him.
Yeah,
Hopefully he
and like I say, his
flourishes there.
missus, you know, his missus is what his missus is in Impact Wrestling. She was the women's champion
Mhm.
until she had to relinquish it. So yeah, good move for him. And like I say, I can see Nick Aldis being an Impact World Champion at some point. When will that be? I don't know. But it's
It's
great move on his part. I don't know
absolutely.
what would happen if he went to WWE. I dread to think, but
He'd be I don't know.
he'd probably be a champion because apparently I think Triple H is a fan of him. I think Triple H is a big fan of him. So
Yeah,
that's what I've heard.
to be perfectly honest, at this particular point, I feel like um at this particular point, I feel like WWE needs to focus probably more on women and women tag teams. They're the male side of things is okay for now. Like we need to fix the other end of it so we have a nice even product.
At the moment, right now, the direction the women's tag team title division has gone, you'd be best off taking the tag team titles and just throw them in the trash like you did with the 24/7 title. Does it need fixing? Hell yeah, it does. Can it be fixable? Who knows?
Well, with the current roster they have, probably not. Like
Probably not.
with the current roster they have, probably not.
I think it's because the fact they've got. I think it's because of the fact they've got the NXT titles. I generally think it's because of the NXT women's tag titles. Maybe they need to drop the women's tag team championships on NXT and combine the whole division as one and bring the world women's tag team titles over to NXT. Maybe we'll bring the women's tag team titles that way. Because it's weird when you've got the women's tag team championships competing on Raw and SmackDown, and you've got the NXT tag titles. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know.
I don't know. That's a great point, though. I don't know. I do know that could fall one of two ways. One, it could bring more viewership to NXT if you start having NXT tag team title matches on Raw and SmackDown. But it could have the opposite effect. Case in point, 205 Live. Granted, NXT is in a better situation than 205 Live was. Because 205 was a great idea. Just, I feel like if they would have done what they did with 205 Live, but then somehow incorporated it into the shows they already had, would have probably been a better idea than have it being its own thing.
Yeah. I never agree with 205, to be honest with you. Especially when you had the 205, especially when you had the what they call it matches on especially when you had the cruiserweight matches on Raw at the time.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
I thought that's what, okay, have the matches, but have the cruiserweight matches at a pay-per-view or something like that. If you want it on the same brand or the same show as Raw, SmackDown, or whatever. But 205 was meant to be for the cruiserweights.
Right.
But then you had the cruiserweight title matches mostly on Raw as well, and you had cruiserweight matches on Raw. So if you were going to do that on Raw, what the fuck was the point for having 205 in the first place?
That is true.
Oh.
That is true. Well, listen, man, we are like 5 minutes away here. Do me a favor. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to find somebody that you want to raid out to, and also tell us about this baby of yours. Tell us about GMW.
Well, first of all, let me tell you about GMW. GMW, like I've said, is an interactive simulation series based off WWE 2K games, in this case, WWE 2K23. It all starts April 29th.
Mm-hmm.
On my Twitch channel, which I'm very much looking forward to. Maybe kick.com/gamesmatter as well. I don't know yet. I have to figure that out. But it will be definitely on the Twitch as well, because that's where GMW is mostly, on the Twitch. So yes, twitch.tv/gamesmatter_ for the return of GMW. Matches have already been made. I need to make promotions on them, which I will do in the next couple of days. I gave you one match before we went on there, which was Kohlberg versus Goldberg 2. Yes, Kohlberg, who's been in the chat, Mr. Streamer himself, he's going to get another match with Goldberg, and this is Goldberg's opportunity to get even with him because Kohlberg beat him at Living for the Glory. Will Goldberg get even with him? Tune in April 29th. Also, besides that match as well, Bjorn Ironside, if you've seen King Mitas's KMW stuff that he does on his channel, you might have came across Bjorn Ironside. Well, he's my hardcore champion at the moment. And he's going to be defending the championship against Vince Crow. The GMW World Tag Team titles are scheduled to be on the line as well. Also, Mike Mercer from the TCR.
Mhm.
He's going to be making his in-ring debut as well. JLD, Just Laying Down, twitch.tv/Just Laying Down. JLD, he's got a character. He's going to be making his GMW debut as well at Back in Business. The local squad or the local team or the local or the LWO or whatever the heck they're calling themselves, Loco Joe, Ray Wolf, and Maximum Carlos will be returning as well. Yours truly's back with the Wolfpack Mafia as well.
Okay.
And yes, Goldberg. And yes, Goldberg is a part of the Wolfpack Mafia too, by the way. He's mine for, so he's supposed to be. A guy who Goldberg's familiar with as well, Abel and Mass Terror are back as a tag team as well. And the new and improved Abel, I really liked how I've created Abel. I've made the old version. He's like a Kane. Except this time I remember when back in the day when Kane was going to have the cape. They came up with an idea of giving Kane a cape, like a big robe cape thing, but they didn't go with it eventually. But I gave Gable it, so you'll see that April 29th as well.
I remember when Undertaker's name was Kane. He used to be introduced as Kane the Undertaker.
Yeah, well, that's when you know you didn't have a name for the guy. Oh yeah, let's take the Kane away and put him the Undertaker. Yeah. The women's titles on the line as well. Jade Brooks will defend against Amanda Storm. That's been announced as well. Also, yes, Rob Van Dam, and I'm not stuttering, folks. Rob Van Dam, RVD, will defend the GMW World Television title at Living for the Glory at Back in Business as well. I'm going back to my last season, but he won the match. He won the title at Living for the Glory, but he's going to be defending it again, and he will defend it against X Factor Matt as well, and just a whole lot more. It is an interactive series on a weekly basis. It all starts April 29th, and we will do 2 shows a week after that as well. May do it simultaneously, not just on Twitch, but also on Kick as well. I don't know. There's a few things I need to figure out first. But if you want to be involved in it, it would help if you have the game. It would help if you have the game, but if you want to be a part of it, I have a channel point on my channel, which allows you to cash in 4,000 channel points to be a part of it as well. But if you really, 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 really want to be a part of it, just message me and we can try and work something out. I've already got somebody coming in as well. James West, who's a regular on my channel as well. I've already created a character for him. So if I can do that for him, I can do it for anybody who wants to be a part of it. Games Matter Wrestling presents Back in Business. GMW presents Back in Business April 29th. I cannot wait.
Sounds like a good time.
And I want my baby back. I am missing it. And like I say, behind the scenes, creating it and getting it all set up and everything, it's coming together very nicely. And as far as you wanted me to raid out, I think he's still on. And I'm pretty sure he's still on. Let me double check.
Yeah, he's still on. I'm watching him. He's got Miles Morales fighting Scooby-Doo right now.
Yeah. Oh boy. That is his I'm guessing this is his Games Matter champ, the KMW stuff that he's doing as well. Well, that's the guy all on the raid, folks. You all know who he is, King Midas. He's all yours, big man. He's all yours.
Well, we definitely want to thank you for, coming on the show and hanging out and sharing your wrestler knowledge with us.
Yeah. If you want to do this again, I'm more than happy to do so.
Hey,
it's up to you. That's your call.
We love a good callback. We love a good callback.
I will talk wrestling with the best of you.
Well, until next time, folks, I want to thank y'all for hanging out. Also, if you would stay, even if, let's say, King Mike, this is not your cup of tea, give him at least 2 minutes of your time to decide that. And then you feel free to raid and run if you need to.
Yeah, King's a good dude. He's for those of you that don't know King, King's a good guy. He's a retro guy at normal. If you go into his stream, he just plays retro games galore. And he goes through like many retro games of what he wants to do and who he wants to go. I mean, Kohlberg will tell you that as well, because Kohlberg knows him. He just plays retro games galore and everything. He's also started up his own wrestling promotion as well. So I would imagine he has some of that in his channel points as well of what you can do to join and everything like that. If you have any questions, I'm sure the man will tell you himself as well. But he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Just get yourself in there. And like you say, if he's not your cup of tea, just show support to him and just get him in there. And he's a really good dude. I can't stress that enough.
Well, you guys enjoy the rest of your night. See you guys on the other side.
Peace, guys.